In this edition of Army News,
dans cette émission des nouvelles de l'armée,
rifle practice in the Arctic,
un exercice de tir dans l'Arctique,
snipers compete in Belgium,
des tireurs d'élite compétitionnent en Belgique,
the big guns sound off in Afghanistan,
l'artillerie résonne en Afghanistan,
and soldiers patrol a remote Arctic island.
Et des soldats patrouillent les bas-fonds de l'Arctique.
Hello, I'm Sergeant Luc Taillon and welcome to Army News.
Et je suis le sergent Pascal Nobert, bienvenue aux nouvelles de l'armée.
During Operation Nanook, the soldiers of the Arctic Response Company Group headed to the Barrens outside Resolute Bay for their range day. With their story, here's Sergeant Marco Camiso.
Pendant l'opération Nanook, les soldats du groupe Compagnie d'intervention dans l'Arctique se sont rendus à la lande près de Resolute Bay pour leur exercice au champ de tir. Le sergent Marco Camiso nous raconte.
Getting to know their ranger partners over the last couple of days, learning about their culture, understanding their equipment. Today is the 303 Lee Enfield Day and Shotgun Range.
We're working in close concert with the Rangers, and it's definitely a good idea to familiarize ourselves with those weapons. Plus, it's a good chance for the soldiers to shoot something that they've never done before.
When I say shooter, adopt the prone position, you go with them on the ground.
We sorted out the safety and all the arcs so we don't hit anything we shouldn't. And then we've been carrying on just with the training. The Rangers have been very helpful with some of the soldiers that aren't familiar with the weapons, just teaching them how to do it and sorting out any issues that they have.
Unload, get ready for inspection. Unload.
Yes, the weapon is dangerous, although you need to respect it, but at the same time, it is a tool that we use every day. You need to be comfortable with it, confident with it. You need to know your drills and to be able to perform them well.
With two hands, overhand grasp, cock the weapon.
The troops get it right away. It's far more simple than any of the machine guns or the rifle. It's very straightforward. I think they're going to have a lot of fun with it. I just hope they remember not to press their cheek against the buttstock of the weapon, because that has a hell of a kick. You'll get a nice big bruise on your cheek.
It windy, but it went very well. And the shotgun had a big kick on it. I felt it, and it was fun. Wish we could do it more.
It's been a really good day on the range today. Our soldiers got to fire the Rangers 303 Lee Enfield, and they got to fire our shotguns. For Army News, outside Resolute Bay in the wilds, I'm Sergeant Marco Camiso.
I'm Sapper Sotnikov from 32 Combat Engineer Regiment on Op Nanook, and you're watching Army News.
Plus tard dans l'émission, nous vous présenterons un autre reportage sur l'opération Nanook.
Coming up later in this episode, we'll have another report on Op Nanook.
L'an dernier, les nouvelles de l'armée ont couvert la compétition internationale de tireurs d'élite en Belgique. Dans le premier volet d'une série de reportages, le sergent Sébastien Fréchette traite de l'importance de ce genre de compétition.
Last year, Army News covered the international sniper competition in Belgium. And in the first of Sergeant Sébastien Fréchette's reports, we find out why these competitions are important.
Eh bien, ici, nous organisons une compétition sniper internationale. Donc, l'idée est d'inviter des équipes étrangères pour venir ici participer à des épreuves, principalement orientées sur le tir, mais qui permettent de passer en revue l'ensemble des capacités des équipes snipers. Le but est également de pouvoir faire un échange de connaissances et d'expériences, puisqu'on apprend beaucoup par ces échanges internationaux.
Donc, pour notre première compétition, nous avons 15 équipes qui regroupent 8 pays différents, dont le Canada, la Suède, le Danemark, la Belgique, la France, l'Allemagne. Nous avons également des Autrichiens et des Tchèques. Et donc, sur les prochains jours, nous allons avoir environ une dizaine d'épreuves différentes qui vont tester les capacités des différentes équipes snipers. Puisque l'objectif, c'est d'échanger les connaissances que nous avons, les techniques, à parler des leçons que nous avons apprises sur les différents théâtres d'opération entre les différentes équipes. Et nous organisons ça pendant 10 jours. C'est la première fois que nous l'organisons en Belgique.
It's been very good arrangement. Both how to pull up the shooting it's been fun trying new things, and had some good ideas here, so that's been good, and it's good for me, for an instructor, to get some new ideas for the training back home too. And for the men, it's been very good, because of course, as all other soldiers, we are training for war, and here they're shooting in new environments where they've never been in Belgium before. They're shooting under stress from the competition, like you will have some kind of stress in a war zone. So it's really good training and fun too.
L'expérience de la compétition, c'est de travailler sur le stress, d'avoir à prendre des décisions rapidement, d'avoir la communication entre le tireur et le spotter. Selon moi, la communication entre les deux membres de l'équipe, c'est une des choses les plus importantes. Quand tu es confronté à un terrain devant toi que tu n'as jamais vu de ta vie, puis que tu as identifié une cible rapidement pour ton numéro 1 puisse la tirer, ben c'est quelque chose que, avant d'arriver en mission, bien sûr, on est prêt à le pratiquer. Une compétition comme ça, avec le stress de tout le monde autour qui te regarde, tout, ben ça t'aide à mieux gérer ton stress pour une situation réelle.
Très bonne expérience. Moi, c'était ma première fois que je participais à une compétition internationale. J'ai pas eu beaucoup de temps d'entraînement. Fait que les résultats ont été moindres que ce qu'on attendait de mes compétences, mes capacités, mais très bonne expérience. Puis j'espère d'avoir la chance de peut-être participer à une autre compétition pour améliorer mes capacités et mes compétences au niveau du tireur d'élite.
De Elsenborn en Belgique, c'était le sergent Sébastien Fréchette pour les nouvelles de l'armée.
Historically, the artillery has always been there to back up the infantry, and it's no different today. Lieutenant Colonel Mike Vernon sends this report on the big guns in Afghanistan.
Historiquement, l'artillerie a toujours appuyé l'infanterie, et cela n'est pas prêt de changer. Voici un reportage du lieutenant-colonel Mike Vernon sur l'artillerie en Afghanistan.
The artillery in Afghanistan is responding to troops in contact or deliberate operations. Very rarely do we go outside of those parameters. The troop here lays on several targets in support of our India call signs. However, physically shooting bullets downrange is probably about once a week. We train a lot. We constantly keep our guys and ourselves on our toes, ensuring that we're constantly aware of the tactical situation that's going on and making sure our situational awareness is at its peak. One of the most difficult challenges we face here in Afghanistan is not becoming complacent. Our job requires brief but immediate reaction times. We have to stay on top of the hydraulic systems as well. There are significant temperature changes which affect the charge temperatures. Accurately collecting this data is critical to having target rounds. The most satisfying part about our job is going back up to meet up with the India call signs and giving them that warm and fuzzy when they go out on patrol or when they come back and we've successfully engaged a target that was engaging them.
À Gagetown, le ministre de la Défense nationale s'est rendu aux messes des officiers pour annoncer la centralisation des services de soins de santé.
And now to CFB Gagetown, where the Minister of National Defense paid a visit to the officers' mess to announce the centralization of healthcare services.
I'm happy to say we're planning to refurbish the health facilities for the men and women of base Gagetown at a total value of a little over $20 million. Current health facilities are distributed throughout the base and do not offer adequate space. That's why we're renovating some of the existing facilities, housing health service and constructing a new additional part of the existing facility. Integrating all health services, medical, dental, physiotherapy, and mental health into one modern centralized location. The new and refurbished Health Services Center is expected to be fully operational by 2015.
What fantastic news it is to be able to centralize and put all the healthcare facilities into one place and make the whole place more efficient and more useful.
From healthy soldiers to a healthy environment, we visit a site where soil erosion and fish migration are priorities.
Des soldats en santé, c'est bien, mais encore faut-il qu'ils vivent dans un environnement sain. Avec la mise en place de la nouvelle infrastructure, la BFC Gagetown a fait de l'érosion du sol et de la migration des poissons des priorités.
To handle road washouts and erosion control, new culverts are being installed in the CFB Gagetown training area.
This is one of the main roads to the training area, and they use this road a lot, so they've been pushing us to get this job done. Here today we're capping road, and I got an excavator working behind me. He's planting trees to stop Army vehicles from getting into the brook, to stop erosion and sediment from getting into the stream and affecting the fish. We removed 8-foot corrugated steel culvert that was rusted out, and we put in a new trench coat pipe. It's 3,600 mil corrugated steel lined with plastic. It's a new pipe out. The culvert was undersized, and we had to put a bigger pipe in.
When we get to the site, we had to construct a temporary diversion because all of our work has to be done in the dry. We can't work in the stream. Once we removed the old culvert, then we constructed a new bed for the new culvert, installed the new structure, and then flushed out the site to make the water nice and clean prior to re-diverting, and then backfilled the temporary diversion.
When replacing culverts at CFB Gagetown Training Area, the environment is of prime importance. For Army News, I'm Sergeant Catherine Greer-Hume.
You're watching Army News!
Dans son deuxième reportage sur l'opération Nanook, le sergent Marco Commisso a accompagné nos soldats en Arctique le temps d'une patrouille sur une île éloignée du Nunavut.
And now our second report from up Nanook. Sergeant Marco Commisso follows our soldiers as they patrol a remote island in Nunavut.
The soldiers of the Arctic Response Company Group have been safely delivered onto the shores of Bylot Island, and behind me, 3 platoon is establishing their base camp.
Basically, we're here for Canadian Arctic sovereignty. We're also working with our Canadian Ranger partners, and basically to live off the high Arctic land, to learn the conditions and learn how to live off the land itself. Observing, we're looking at just where all the land is. We're looking at the water itself, observing if any sort of vessels are coming up through the Northwest Passage. Reporting, anything we receive, we report back to the higher headquarters. There's 40 of us on camp. Okay, so you've got your 8 guys plus a ranger. We keep a section back here in camp for security, but maybe we'll send 1 or 2 patrols out on different patrols, different areas.
There was a short pause in activities as Your Honourable Peter MacKay, the Minister of National Defence, met the troops and promptly fell into one of the patrols.
He seems a pretty solid guy. I mean, I've never met him before, but I know a bit about him, and I know he supports the Army and what we do. It's good to have someone who in his heart believes what he's doing to be in that job. He came up for patrol. He gave us a bit of a good speech there about how important we all are, and he's a very well-spoken guy. So it's good to see him out here. We had our IMPs there, our individual meal packages. He's ate the same food we did, joked around with the guys. I was joking him a bit earlier on about saying how we should get a Timmy's up here. So I don't know, maybe we'll see.
For Army News on Bylot Island, I'm Sergeant Marco Commisso.
Make sure to check us out on all our social media sites, including Flickr, Twitter, YouTube, and of course our website at www.army.gc.ca. And if you'd like to give us a call, we have a toll-free number, 1-877-781-0175.
Rendez-nous visite sur les réseaux sociaux tels que Flickr, Twitter, YouTube et bien sûr notre site web au www.armee.gc.ca. Vous pouvez aussi nous joindre au numéro sans frais suivant, le 1-877-781-0175.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to watch our next episode of Army News.
Merci d'avoir été des nôtres et n'oubliez pas de regarder la prochaine édition des Nouvelles de l'Armée.
I'm Sergeant Luc Taillon. À bientôt.
Et ici le Sergent Pascal Nobert. See you next time.